Oh, I've been playing a lot of this game recently. It feels good. It really does. So 720p low seems to be like the threshold that doesn't interfere with everybody else playing Overwatch. And to be honest, they've got the best connection in the house at this point because the router goes directly to the PS4. It could technically go directly to the PS3 and the Wii U and anything else. It's got 4 slots, but right now it just goes to the PS4. And I did that because it gets some wires out from under my desk and kind of puts it more towards I've got the device that I bought, a Wi-Fi extender that I bought so that I could remote play in the greenhouse. I've got it here in my room so that my desktop actually has as direct a connection as it's going to get at this point. So it let's see here. Yep, there we go. It I'm just that kind of person. I mean, I don't do a whole lot of timing intensive stuff, especially not on the PC, which does not have a wireless card because I don't have enough slots to have both that and my 7.1 surround sound. But to be honest, I don't game on PC very often. I've spent a ton of money making my PC comfortable to game at, and it's just I've got nothing that I'm that interested in playing. I'll play a LODs every once in a while, probably no more than a couple of times a year at this point, though. I mean, I like it, or at least I used to like it before they totally boned my favorite class, the Psychic, because the Psychic actually used to be a really great class, and you could do some crazy things with your Psychic Twin. Like, there was a guy who, totally just mind-linked a boss, set up his Psychic Twin right outside its aggro radius, waltzed past it, grabbed the treasure, uh, waltzed straight on back and was like, yeah, we can start now. You could do all sorts of great stuff with that, and they changed it so that it just flings you 10 feet in a random direction, and your psychic twin itself only lasts for a few seconds, and it's just like, that can just as easily fling you into another enemy, or at least its aggro radius, and leave you worse off than when you started. The cooldown was as such where it was definitely not something where you could just retry, and it's just like, why would you do that? It was a perfectly good skill the way it was. If you didn't like how people were using it, adjust the game a little bit, adjust the enemy positions a little bit, you know? Just... you gotta... you gotta do a little more than that, you know?
Welcome.
So, I
You
actually
feeling all
liked
right?
I actually liked Alad's because
How about it?
a lot of people said it was WoW light,
We'll see you around.
but it was free. I liked the design of things. It's a Russian game, my main character on there, I had one of everything more or less, because I had a couple on the Imperial side, which was basically, it's easy to classify things like Alliance and Horde, but it's not really like that culturally. Like, the Imperials are the most obvious Horde analog, but it's a whole bunch of really high maintenance players in that. Like, okay, like the ones who actually get anywhere in it can totally be just complete and total trolls. There's just no way around it. Like if you play a healer in there, the expectations are high, but the appreciation is also high. If you play the, I forget what the Alliance equivalent faction is, that's where most people who are just kind of normal, everyday people end up, and I liked that a lot more, to be honest. You had problems because you had to deal with the Imperial players invading your towns and just cleaning house because, you know, trolling. just going in and wiping out entire cities worth of people who made the mistake of either A, going through a PvP area, or B, just having their PvP their flag set. But I mean, as a functional game, I actually really liked it because I liked the concept that it wasn't all about who gets the first hit in. It was really about setup, stalking, resource management, because every class had some sort of bar that builds, and that you could use skills, some skills added to it, some skills subtracted from it. And their paladin was really amazing too, because they actually have like 3 damage buffers that their later skills allow them to shift things around and heal things in certain buffers and that kind of stuff. And so it really is about offsetting the damage before you take it, because the buffer will empty itself out after a few seconds and you will take the full brunt of everything that is in there. So your ability to manage your actual damage before it gets to you is a really cool concept, I think. But I played a Gibberling trio of psychics, and Gibberlings are like the only non-WoW race that's in there. That's the thing. It wasn't a full WoW thing, but they had their undead kind of race, they had their elves, they had their humans, but the Gibberlings were interesting because you got to customize all 3 of them. I mean, you still can. This is still a game you can play. I actually recommend it. I like it a lot. And I've played a lot of free MMOs. But the Gibberlings are interesting because you can customize all 3 of them. You can name all 3 of them. 2 of those names seem to get tossed out, but whatever. And they're like old world fair folk. This isn't like, this isn't like the elves, which are just basically tall fairies with fairy wings and everything. They look very traditional kind of elf-fairy hybrid, very, their run animation is literally just kind of literally floating around and just touching down to take the next step. Gibberlings look like those kinds of like old stories of dwarves or the fair folk or something. You get on their wrong side and they will end you. I mean, they look like cute little puppy people and that kind of stuff. But they open their mouths and that is just like 70 rows of teeth. I'm not literally 70 rows of teeth, but they open their mouths and you realize there are fangs in there, and that tells you all you need to know about these guys. And I loved that. I loved that you don't see that kind of thing, because everything is very overt most of the time, and not a whole lot of, attention to detail of what's going to make these both disarming and also somewhat alarming, Like, it's like the Monty Python man-eating rabbit thing. Just, I mean, these little guys have teeth, they've got the Popeye arms and that kind of stuff. They're cute, but at the same time, there's just enough to them to make them a little imposing without being imposing in the traditional sense. They have teeth. They have, that quality to them that makes them dangerous. So, let's see if we can just drive to where this chocobo is. That's enough of me yammering about a game that I'm not actually streaming here. Why did I do that? I mean, it's not a whole lot of gil, but it's probably going to take longer to load than it would have to drive. So, anyway, I mean, if you're in for a free MMO, I would still recommend it. So I just don't play it that much anymore because they ruined my favorite class.
We're here. It is quite comforting to see other people about.
Where even is this? Oh my gosh, why did I even? Literally, there is no indication of... Okay, I guess there is an indication. Okay, I'm assuming that this is going to be an actual photo op, and you know what? I kind of want to save this picture, and I don't want to look like somebody's been just sitting on the couch amongst the beer cans. Seriously, what is up with that? Just that hat. Maybe it's supposed to be like fishing style, but it just does not. We're gonna do this. I actually prefer the default outfits for these guys anyway. You know what? May as well do all of them. The rest of their casual outfits aren't actually that bad, but that hat and that vest on Noctis are just like... It brings out the inner fashion police in me. Just... That's, I actually did act as...
Have you seen to your shirt yet?
Ah, no. Completely forgot.
Ugh, give it to me at camp.
Alright.
I don't know if that was in the last stream, but there was actually a previous conversation where his button had come loose, and he promised that he would take care of it when they got back to camp himself, because he didn't want Iggy doing it for him. That's writing, you know, that is callbacks, you know? So...
Ah, the breeze feels good.
Are you kidding me? Is it seriously in the...
Huh.
Is... what... where... Am I seriously going to have to go into Deadeye's lair to get this thing? That's not gonna be a pain at all. Well, at least Deadeye won't be in there. Yep, it's right in here. Hey, it's right here. This isn't going to be that simple. Why would this be simple? I love how it actually marks my final destination just so I can be fully aware of exactly where I'm going with this. I say that kind of Actually, kind of honestly.
Go take care of
Oh, that wasn't part of the deal. No one, Mr. Nice. You wreck?
Is it really just these two?
it. So here we
Ow. Eat it.
Your time is up.
What can I say? Nothing to it.
I'm not gonna lie, it actually does kind of annoy me that wait mode will kick off just because things are still in their death animations. That didn't really need to be that way. I think that that's almost kind of sloppiness on their part. I say almost. I mean almost. Because I can understand from a technical standpoint where battle mode is still running until the stats come up, essentially. And that could have been adjusted, that things could be, you know, wriggling their last or whatever while your stats are coming up, but I can understand from other standpoints that time and energy has to be devoted to those kinds of things, so even though it's a petty annoyance, in an otherwise
Looks
really...
like wild chocobo country to me.
Indeed. Let's search the area.
in an otherwise really great game. I'm not even joking. I love this thing. Hey, there it is. Am I supposed to catch this thing? Oh my gosh, I'm supposed to catch this thing. There we go.
Oh, there she is. I'm on it. Perfect. Got the shot.
Okay. Oh, why the heck not?
Now we can head back with the photograph.
You sure you got a proper shot?
Dude, it's me.
Take any for yourself?
Dude, it's me.
Alrighty. No, it's probably gonna be sure to go out this way. And that'll also get me closer to his chocobo post. I do appreciate they didn't make me go to the point of no return and jump that fence unless I wanted to. Did I really yammer on that long? I kind of just realized how late in the day it's getting. It's going to be night soon. And I am completely...
Man, that hurts.
Another headache.
This is not normal.
I don't know how much experience this is actually going to give me, but may as well cash out. I'm in no danger of running out of Gale at this point. And if that ever changes, then this is a dead end. I are smart. Anyway, and if that ever changes, I'm sure I can sell a whole bunch of stuff. Which way is out? And we'll just head back up this way. And I even have an hour of time, so if I run into a battle or two...
Evening already?
Time flies when you're having fun.
There we go.
So what'll it be today? Y'all still keeping on, keeping on? Wanna know about these parts? Y'all come back soon. Well, thank you. This is a fine photograph.
Is it what you needed?
Surely is. Good to see the birds in fine fettle.
You can tell just from a photo?
I've been raising birds a long time, son. Now, I owe y'all something by way of thanks. This here's yours, for your own chocobo.
How did I get that much EXP? What the... Oh my gosh, seeds. Chocobos apparently eat seeds in this game. Actually, come to think of it, that makes sense. They just kind of used to call them nuts. Okay.
Guy just glanced at the picture and knew.
I imagine he already knew what he was looking for.
He's the expert.
Chocobos around here have got it good.
Not really, considering we had to take down a behemoth to keep them from, you know, probably eating them.
It's bedtime.
Yeah.
How did I get a B for finesse? Yowza. How did I get 88 AP? Where is all of this coming from?
Not bad. Perfect timing.
No, not really. Yeah.
Stylish as always.
Come now, it's nothing special.
Alrighty. I'm gonna have to do another purge on my photos. I understand that they care about my storage space, but that's kind of... Wow, it is really dreary right now. Alrighty, well, you know what? Let's finish out this... Oh, that's why it's really dreary. It is about to rain, and starting to rain. Makes sense. Let's see what I haven't already gotten to. There's Cornix Station. That'll open some things up, I think. We'll go there.
Ready for more?
Low-hanging fruit.
Let's hit it.
So, a little note on the weather. When it is raining, lightning spells actually deal increased damage. I don't think there's ever actually thunderstorms in the game, but lightning spells will do increased damage. I don't know if it's because things are wet or what, or whatever. Fires will not burn persistently when things are wet. And that's magic has physics in this game. I like that. It also has friendly fire, which I like a lot less, but it does have physics, and obviously I have an accessory already that friendly fire from magic does not. It's negated. So that'll be something to keep in mind when I actually have reason to use magic. Magic in this game is not a main weapon, obviously. And I honestly don't think it really needs to be, because the mechanics are very
So
stuck.
Nox,
And
I've been taking pics at whatever catches my eye, but what do you want to see?
What does it matter? Not my camera.
Yeah, I guess you have a point.
Anyway, I mean, it's an initiator. It's used to, do things to the environment, like blow up those barrels for the Deadeye fight, or, I mean, there's a lot of barrels you can blow up with fire magic. That is a thing that factored into the marketing of this game. It's something you lead off with. It's not something that's really good, even though it's an area of effect. It's not really good for throwing into the thick of things, because you're not necessarily going to hit everything you would want to. And you might hit things you don't want to. But the persistent effects and that kind of stuff can set the stage for other things to happen in battle. And I think that's cool. I think that it's not necessarily necessary to have a super traditional magic system.
So how about a breather?
That reminds me, I need to stock up on Phoenix Downs, and let's see what else they got here. If they sell Phoenix Downs, I am going to have to... Yeah, let's buy a couple more of these.
Thank you kindly.
Ow, my wallet. Not necessarily that many. $40 should last me for a while. I don't really need anything more powerful than potions, really. And I haven't had any reason to use antidotes yet, anyway, so... I'm sure that'll come eventually.
Thank you.
Let's see if there's any points of interest in here. This is, I think, the first building that I've walked in. Oh, there's one. Hull Rise. Huh. Huh. Well... Seriously, not even shiny objects. Oh, here's one. A potion. Okay, that'll teach me for not checking around before I go in and buy things.
Better make tracks. Chop chop, Prompto.
There in a jiffy!
Where's the damn sun?
Yeah.
Hey, prismatic dust. Okay. I have been finding a lot of actual components lying around here, which makes me
How about
really
we get out of the
annoyed
rain?
Yeah.
that I spent as much time as I did mining things that weren't even important in the initial. Why would you even put them there if you can't even use them for anything right away? I mean, literally, when you can just go to the next area and find a whole bunch of this stuff literally just lying around everywhere. Alright, I'm gonna start a new session here quick.